Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Sanders, and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today, I want to talk about a watchmaker from Dresden, Germany, named Klings. I subtitled it "Searching for Constant Force in an Active Reality." To me, uh, it seemed to me, looking at Kling's watches, it seemed that he was sort of always looking for something that would balance out the shocks that a watch gets when you wear it, plus movement at different angles and so forth. The tourbillons, I think, probably represent the more of the angled kind of constant force that you're trying to get. Whereas a number of the escapements that he's worked on, is trying to work out the shock. One of the watches he has what's called a mosquito escapement. I had that in a recent video about really outstanding watches. Uh, and on the right, there's a free balance escapement with a 10-second tourbillon. Now, the thing that's interesting about this, if you're looking down on top of it, you have on the very top level, you have the balance. And then below that, you can see the hairsprings in the picture. This is the one on the right. And then below that is a very interesting looking escape wheel. So instead of having the escape wheel over to the side, Klings has on this particular watch, which is a tourbillon, has it stacked up one on top of the other, which is a really interesting idea. And so it's the kind of creativity, everything he does, it seems like, gee, that looks like a good idea. Now, this next one he has all kinds of things he's working on. It's called the escapement desmodromic. Now, the watch, and you look at the front of the watch, you have a nice dial. By the way, too, on the previous dial all of his dials are really very good looking. He doesn't just make spectacularly good and good looking movements. He also makes excellent dials and hands. Okay, now you can't really tell too much about the desmodromic escapement in looking at this. You can, in the picture on the right there, you have it looks like a pretty standard kind of setup. You have a nice big balance wheel, and then you can see the hairspring. Now, the way the desmodromic works is based on a valve on a Ducati motorcycle. Usually when you open up an engine and you're looking at the top of the valves, you'll see a big spring. And the way most of them work, the cam sort of pushes the valve open, and then it moves on, and then the springs shut it. And what the desmodromic valve does is that you have two cams for opening and closing the valve, and on the left side you can see it. There's one that's shaped sort of referred to as a pear cam, but it looks more like a guitar pick. So it's a guitar pick cam, and you can see that at the beginning how it's right on top of the valve, and then when it turns, there's another cam that looks like a circle cam with a slice cut right down the side of it. I couldn't find the name of that cam, and that closes it. Now, what Klings did is that he applied that principle to what he calls the escapement desmodromic. Let me read this to you. It says, the pivoted detent is crafted with one locking pallet and one return pallet. Okay, and those are the original sketches. At the end of the impulse, one tooth of the chronometer wheel slides under the return pallet and forces the detent to return to locking position. This construction guarantees secure locking during shock. And this is, like I said, this was the thing. We had looked at one called the mosquito escapement that was really cool. It has this little thing that again, after a shock, you prevent it from screwing up your timing on it. Now, in addition, you sort of have the tourbillons and a lot of the different kind of escapements. On the other hand, the another part of Kristen Kling's thing is he does individualized watchmaking. I think most of his watches are, you give him a call and say, hey, I like this one that you have, or you say, this is what I'd like, and he'll make it for you. This is one of the ones that I was looking at, is that you start with a concept. This one was called the open version. This, I love this watch. What you can see, their finger bridges, or needle bridges, I guess, on over the barrel and then over the winding wheel, and then each one of the wheels in the wheel train has their own little one, and the balance cock is simply another one of those bridges, and you can see a nice big balance wheel on that. But this is where I think you have the art and science and craftsmanship all together in Kristen Kling's watches, and they are just really amazing. Anyway, take a look at some of his watches if you're interested in this, and I'd like to really hear what you think of them. And until next time, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Art Sci, the art and science for watch collection. And as always, this is an invitation to subscribe if you'd like.